Hello there, Gemini. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading's going to be for Gemini for August of 2017. This year is just flying by for some reason or another. Usually they're dragging. I know last year did. But anyhow, Gemini, I got a couple, before I start the reading, I got a couple of announcements to make. One is that in about a month, 6 weeks to a month, I'm going to put up a basic prayer class for us. It's like a beginner prayer class for manifestation and like raising your vibration through words. And I was hoping that this could help people that are beginning in this kind of work, and also help all of us that have been doing this work, like me, going on pretty close to 30 years now, 28 years that I've been doing it, to look back on our past and see where we came from, kind of remember where we came from, so that any of us that are teaching would better be able to serve people by being able to discern where we came from instead of where we are right now, in order to help other people move forward quicker on their path. Because I think right now we all really need to develop our clairsentience, and prayer is the way I do it. A lot of us do it different ways, but that's the way I do it, so trying to make that available to you. And I have a message that Spirit gave me on the 15th of July. It's kind of an odd message, but it must be important because I'm not an astrologer, and it has to do with the eclipses, which we have one on August 7th in Aquarius, and it's a full moon lunar eclipse, and it's at 1:11 Eastern Standard Time, and I like those numbers, 111, kind of like the portal and the light in the middle drawing us through. And then there's another one on August 21st, and it's a new moon solar eclipse in Leo, and that's at 1:31 Eastern Standard Time. I was getting these messages from Spirit several days ago, and they told me it's for all of us. So I'm going to share it for all of us. I have a very strong feeling that we all should really pay attention to our finances, to be really extra careful in situations where someone else could have control of our money, like retirement funds, any accounts where someone else is handling our funds. Maybe we have a child on our account, or we're widowed or widower or whatever, and there's someone else that's distributing our money. And when I got to thinking about what they were saying, I was thinking, well, the bank has everybody's money, credit union, banks, accounts, and they told me that we need to pay attention. So maybe they're looking like if a mistake, or money that's being invested inappropriately, or maybe the institution itself made a mistake. I don't understand. They just said I'm supposed to say it. This eclipse crosses the U.S. and no other nation, although I do believe it affects the UK, I believe, in some kind of a manner. I believe and feel this is going to affect people's emotions in a very extreme way. And a lot of us will or can feel like kind of discombobulated or disordered in some manner. Have you ever felt, this is the way they made me feel like, have you ever felt angry for no discernible or justifiable reason? Or maybe your anger is justified and you surprised even yourself with how strongly you reacted. This is the feeling that I wanted us all to understand. It's a wonderful time for dynamic change, even with the undercurrent going on. And I was given the feeling that the best thing we can all do is to understand that the words we speak, the thoughts we hold in our minds, carry a great deal of weight at this time. So remember, when we're communicating, how powerful it will be and how much strength these words will carry. So choose them very carefully, and our impact will be great and for the good of all. They ask us to take a very deep breath and a pause before we speak, that we may always use our words in a peaceful manner. They told me to tell us all that, so I wrote it down, and I'm telling us because I remember my messages for about a second and a half, and that's the end of it. So here it is in paper for me to remember it too. Anyhow, what I've done for us for the month is I've laid 4 cards. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month, and we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together. I want you to watch your moon and your rising sign also, because you'll get a more comprehensive view of the month, because these are just general readings, so I can't do anything that's, for one person and one person only. The other thing is, I think that these are going to blend in and out throughout the month, not go week by week, that it'll be like a theme. I think that's the way it works for me. And for all of us, I looked up the astrology for the month, and it's going to be in our 3rd house, and that is trips to nearby places, relationships in general, like side-by-side relationship, interest in neighbors and kin, like our brothers and sisters in particular, is in that 3rd house, letter writing and study also. And what else did and it is the house of Gemini. That's what I was thinking. We're in our own house, and we're in our own reading. That's kind of interesting. And because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern, so I speak as I. When I say I, we're all Geminis now. Spirit gave us some words before the reading starts, and their clarity, enthusiasm, compassion, exploration, and risk. And I thought, when I laid these cards, I thought, those are pretty interesting words, especially with that risk card in there. Because our bottom card on the deck here is the 7 of Wands. And that's doing something like through our own strength, determination, force of will. We can stand up and defend ourselves and our beliefs this month. And that really, with that message that Spirit gave me about us taking a pause and breathing, deep breath before we speak, I'm going to say maybe that don't speak too enthusiastically, but this is the card of having the capacity of standing up for that which is right. And that's a really good card for us to have, actually, because if it's in the workplace, this is going to come down in different areas for each one of us. So if it's like in our workplace, maybe someone's given us a pile, and we're going to have to stand up and say, these are the facts, this is, the way it's happening, that kind of stuff. If it's within a relationship, this could come up as if our husband, wife, or partner is like trying to hold us down, and then we're going to stand up and say, look, it's not happening that way, because I clearly know this is the path that I am chosen to take, because we have that word exploration in here. And with these other cards, I'm thinking a lot of us are going to take that risk to move forward, but it's well thought out. That's the words I want to use with this. It's very well thought out. So this is, even though we know our stance and we know we are right, we should be sure we bring others together with this in cooperation. There's ways for us to speak when we know what's right, and there's ways for us to not speak when we know what's right, and to rephrase our words so that we have the competitive advantage. So with this card, even if how do I want to put it? Even if, let's say, someone else is laying out a game plan for us. We will have capacity to say, we're going to do it, we're not going to do it. If there's something wrong with it, we're going to say, well, this is why this is not going to work, you know. And if it's in a relationship, we're going to stand our ground if someone's trying to bowl us over with whatever it is that is their plan. So this, to me, is a card of being able to fend off competition, but to me, it's like doing it in the right way. This person, the look on their face, I don't know if I can get the glare off of there for you, is very determined. It's very stoic. It's not happy that it's in this battle. It's not sad that it's in this battle. It just is in this battle. And that is the right thing to do. So they're telling me compassion for ourselves, our word compassion, is going to be very, for ourselves and for others, is going to be a big theme, seriously. So that, take the deep breath, speak peacefully, you know, don't talk sharply to the others that are around us, and enlist cooperation, like within the whole, even if it's within our family structure, family situation, because the next one card that we have is there, I believe there's a benefit coming through handling it in this manner, because our next card here is the Nine of Pentacles, and this is like the excellent card. This is the card of our finances we're going to come into a state where our finances are really good. We can relax about them. You know, maybe we got a few bucks saved up in the savings account. Maybe we have some investments that are doing well. Maybe we're in a position now where because of what we did with this Seven of Wands, the stance that we took, maybe we got a promotion, or they valued our services more. Maybe with this, my husband or wife told me, you know, oh, I'm going out and buy a new toy, and I said, no, you're not, on account of, you know, or my son wants a new car just 'cause I have the extra cash to buy it. You know, I'm going to keep myself in that comfortable state of security. A lot of us with the Seven of Wands with it, right? We could be maybe making getting a promotion at work, making a fresh start, because they told me to look at the card under this Seven of Wands, and it's the Ace of Swords. So it's fresh, new beginnings, new starts, that kind of thing too. So I think the top priority here is to not blow our stack. Make sure that we show people who we are, like display that we're Gemini, we are smart. That's just the end of the story. So we're going to strut our, you know, stuff. We are brilliant, we're creative, we have every idea in the book, and we can clearly see what needs to be done, you know, for the time being. And being as this third house, now I go watch Verush for astrology, because Veroosh, she when she speaks about it, it's kind of like simplified, and I can understand it. So if anybody's interested in the astrological part of this, because we do have these two major eclipses coming, and I think the theme behind them is very strong. So go on over and look. You know, we got a lot of really good astrologers out there, if that part you're interested in. But with this card on the bottom, I know we're going to have to defend ourselves over something. I get this feeling it may have something to do with our finances also, or job positions, you know. Or maybe someone, because that odd feeling that comes with it, maybe someone, like the kid wants a car. That's the only example I can think of. I need a new car, Dad, and can you just cough up, another 30 grand, because I really don't want to drive that junker that you're telling me. Like people coming at us needing or asking for money for some reason. But that won't apply to all of us. These are general readings, but it will apply somewhere in this, because our next card is the devil. And this devil card, don't get scared, Gemini. The devil's not coming to chase us down. This is a card of, when you look at this card, and actually this is a Capricorn card, so maybe it's a Capricorn person in our lives. It could be, or an earth sign. That would be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. That perhaps is maybe causing us the trouble with this I want the new car thing. But it can mean that we feel like our options are being limited, like someone's cutting us off or something along that line. Options are being limited. But the thing that we have to remember with this devil card in here, it's a material plane card. And the thing that struck me the most is it's Saturn and Capricorn, right? And Saturn is the law of karma, but Saturn is also the capacity, right? It's the taskmaster. And I really don't know a lot about astrology, but it's the capacity, right, to build castles in the air out of our dreams, and to bring those dreams into the physical plane and build that castle literally. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is money card here. So this is very literally build those castles on the ground also. So we have this here, and it can be problems. It can be drug, sex, and rock and roll, or overindulgence in any form. So if it is us overindulging, maybe we're drinking too much, partying too much. However this comes down, this is put in our path. But we have to remember with the devil card, all physical beings, that's us, we need structure here on the earth plane in order to be able to live. Sometimes the devil can be, all we think about is our material wealth and our material security and, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's put there for us to have recognition of what we want to build with that material wealth, with that security that we have, because we defended our position, we did it rightly, we didn't come out screaming and going crazy at people. We thought our words out. We may have said them with enthusiasm for the new path, and perhaps sometimes the devil can be put there just so that we see and develop this new path. Because even when our options are limited in the physical world, there's always spiritual choices that we can make or take to change things, to bring that clarity into our life. Even if it's risky, as long as we took all those steps, we took the steps that we needed to take in the physical plane. We read all the contract stuff, made sure that there was no little hidden agenda down in the bottom. This can turn out to be an excellent card for us too, because when Saturn comes, he comes with lessons. Comes with lessons, right? And when we learn the lessons, they just expand our spirituality, they expand our physical world experience. Everything around us expands. A lot of us may be having trouble with this also, because right now our next card is the Queen of Swords. And she's called the Queen of Divorce and Separation. So some of us may be going through a trying time. We're sticking up for ourselves. You know, maybe we're going to into a divorce court and we're going to take what with that Nine of Pentacles, that which is ours, the just right amount. We don't go overboard because we have this devil card in here. So we don't want to take someone for everything they got if we are going through a divorce, but we would stand up for ourselves, right? We would stand up for ourselves and we would explore all the options. We would make sure that we took that which we deserved, you know. Maybe we were married for 45 years and our husband or wife is saying, I'm taking everything and you don't have a right to it because you didn't work, you didn't contribute, and we are like, buddy, let you have another think. Because the Queen of Swords, this will be male or female, and she is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. If it's a person in our life, she would be an air sign. I almost said earth sign. Devil's the earth sign. She would be an air sign, so we are in our own reading. These are general readings, so if it's a person in our life, it could be a person that's going to help us through this, but she's a person who of power and authority, or he or she, a person of a power and authority that would stand up for us, you know, that has suffered loss, understands how to handle it, you know, and move on with their life. And move on with their life. The Queen of Swords, she just dusts herself off, picks herself up, and keeps on booking. She doesn't let anything hold her back or hold her down, right? And she is, like we said, we're in our own reading. That third house, it's in our own sign. It's the sign of Gemini, right? So we are in our reading also. So this can be us. Maybe we need these. Because if you, she has little ropes in my old deck. She has a rope around her wrist that's cut. So, and she's saying, come on. And I always think when I look at the old deck of cards, I always think she's waving the person to come on, you know, but that rope is cut. And if they're not saying the right appropriate thing to the Queen of Swords, I don't think I'd want to get too close with that sword in her hand. And that is capacity that we have as Geminis, because our minds are very sharp. We're the mental realm, you know, thoughts coming at you flying a mile a minute. I wouldn't want to get close and bend down on my knees in front of her. Maybe this is what is required for us to do, to stand up in our position, in our authority, to be Gemini this month, if we are put in a situation like that, but to do it without a negative attitude, to try to enlist cooperation from other people, to not involve ourselves in any kind of gossip or crap that's going around, you know, with maybe our bunch of friends, or what they're saying is to not involve ourselves in others' dramas too. This card means that too. So how they're putting it is, the kid knows I have money to buy the new car, but I don't want to buy the new car because the kid's going to go out and scratch it up, you know, and blow the tires or whatever, but they think because I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, but if it's a new position that I'm going to take in my career, or a new position I'm going to take in my relationships, I'm going to be able to stand firm in myself, you know, and not be bowled over by other people's ideas of how I'm supposed to act or what I have to do. I'm going to have compassion for myself, but the Queen of Swords, she's really clear. She's the emotional part of the King of Swords, of the mental realm. So we're being asked to be very clear-cut in our emotions too. You know, not fly off the handle and not be so wishy-washy that all the compassion goes out the door to the other person, because our next card here, if I can get it up, is the Ten of Wands. And that's a heavy load this guy's carrying here, Gemini. But it could be a heavy load that we're choosing to carry because it's a new job we're going into, and this is wonderful, and we have new responsibilities and extra things, but we got the salary to go with it. So it's a burden that we are capable of carrying. But also, if we look at it on the other side of it, sometimes this Ten of Wands, and especially with that Queen of Swords here, perhaps I'm carrying this burden, and sometimes one person gets stuck with all of the dirty work and other of other people's jobs. Sometimes I think of this as our husband or wife coming home and throwing everything, on the kitchen, throwing the clothes all the way through the house, and I'm going around behind them picking them up. No, 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 my husband doesn't do that. Well, he better not. Anyhow, I don't think it like that. I think I'm handling other people's burdens, responsibilities, the coworker that throws their work on my desk and keeps walking. This means distribute the load, Gemini. If somebody is not stepping up to the plate and doing their job, and it's not your job to do it, then distribute the load. Sometimes, everybody gets slack. This could be the kids in the family that are causing us the fight, or the husband or wife causing us all of this have to stand up for myself thing. What did they say to us? Have compassion for ourselves. Be enthusiastic. If I'm carrying somebody else's load, I'm going to say, here's your portion of these sticks here, bud. Take them back. And I think we'll go further, faster. And if this is the load that we've chosen, right? Because we have the Queen of Swords, perhaps we're getting out of this relationship and we're taking our Nine of Pentacles, We're doing it right because we know we have the Devil card in here, too. And we all have to have we have to live on the material plane. So with that card, you wouldn't walk away from something without taking that which was due you, no matter how much someone tried to intimidate you. Because remember, compassion for ourselves, right? Remember that, Gemini, compassion for ourselves. This thing here, if it had to do with our word maybe this is us moving, and we're going to move out and take that Nine of Pentacles and move out and get away from all the rest of the mess, and it's going to be a hard, tough journey to be able to do it, or a long haul to be able to do it, but we're willingly taking this load on ourselves, and we're capable of doing it because we're Gemini. It'll fall in different areas of each one of our lives. They're telling me one of the major things, to do this month, that clarity. And Gemini, our thoughts go a mile a minute. So focus on the ones that are good and the ones that are going to really benefit us this month. Let me see what these angel cards have to say here. If it's a risk, it's a risk worth taking. Maybe we've been in the relationship or friendship for too long. Maybe we've been supporting the kid for too long and giving them everything they want. Well, I do know that this is going to be an interesting thing, especially with that Queen of Swords. This is interesting here. This is what they're talking about too, and I don't think of it as just the word, but the card's wedding, and I've never pulled it up here. I've never pulled this card in all the time I've been doing these, and it's over a year and a half now. I've never pulled this card out of here, but when they kept telling us cooperation with others, if we should enlist the cooperation with others. Don't be negative. And not speaking sharply. I think this wedding could be like the marriage of what it is, our financial future together, like with maybe the corporation we're working for, or maybe we're going to start a new journey, entrepreneurship. Maybe because we're walking out of this, it's going to be a different kind of marriage, or maybe because we stood our ground, it's going to change the dynamics of our partnership. It says marriage is the union of two souls joined in love. Here's our words: mutual respect and commitment. Mutual respect goes in the workplace too. Commitment in the workplace too. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love. Dearest one, continually breathe life. Stand up for yourself, take the risk enthusiastically, have compassion for ourselves, because there's a clarity in our vision. That's what they said. That's how your words go together, Gemini. Let's see what this means. Because for some of us, we could be getting out of the marriage that's really not going well, or wedding to me could mean, maybe going into a new job, if I can find it in here. Book's never been open to that. It says, you received this card because of the topic of marriage was related to your question. There's either a wedding in your near future, or the angels are suggesting a renewal of vows. To keep your romance alive in your present marriage. This card surrounds you with love and positive energy, and that's the thing we want to remember. So there's no need to worry about the message. Be open to love, romance, and possibilities. Enjoy the wedding day if we're getting one. If some of us are moving forward in that and get one, that would be just wonderful. But it says, you'll receive a romantic or a business proposal soon. Not all of us are getting married or getting remarried to our partner, but I really believe this 7 of rods here, or wands, is going to be really important throughout the month. You're experiencing a mystical marriage between your inner male and female energies. You will meet someone significant at a wedding. You attend as a guest. That's all right too. You could go out and have a party and meet someone. It says, discuss the topic of marriage with your boyfriend or girlfriend. You'll soon meet a future marital partner, and one of your friends or family members will marry soon. I think a lot of this is going to be for us, that clarity, that marriage, like a mystical marriage between the male and the female, or that new business proposal for a job. It's pretty exciting anyhow. Just remember, breathe deep before we speak. We got the 7 of wands. We can do it. Okay, Gemini, that's our reading for August, and I want to tell everybody thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, even if I don't get a lot of time to write you back. I read everyone, and I really appreciate it. Anybody who just wants to know more about me, information's down below at the website, or if you want to schedule an appointment with me, everything is there at the website to be able to do that. And to all of you I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and everybody I've met through doing 28 years of readings, I want to tell everybody it's an honor and a privilege to be able to serve you. Thank y'all very much, and hopefully I'll see you here next month. Bye-bye.